So a core component of the Growth Suite platform is Act Marketing Automation. So let's take a tour around the features of Act Marketing Automation, or AMA as we call it. So over in the navigation area on the left hand side of the screen, I'm going to click Marketing Automation. And just to dedicate a bit more real estate on the screen to AMA, I'm going to collapse the Act navigation area by going to the double arrows in the top left hand corner of the screen. So we can see there are a series of menu items. We'll go through each one of these, but a quick introduction. Drip marketing is where we create and manage the campaign. Now the campaign can just be a single email broadcast in its simplest form, or it could be a complex structure that may send one or a number of emails, and subsequent emails could reflect how the recipient has interacted with a previous email. So whether they opened an email, or whether they clicked on something within the email, or whether they clicked on a specific link. As a consequence of interactions with emails, AMA allows you to schedule the sending of further emails that are appropriate to the interest expressed by the recipient through their click activity perhaps. It includes the scheduling of calls and activities in Act for users or owners of those contact records. It can include the creation of Act opportunities as well as activities. It can also be used to update field values depending on how people have interacted with email campaigns. As the drip marketing campaign goes through, it can also reference Act contact fields to determine what the future action should be for each contact. That sounds a bit complicated, but we'll go through that in more detail shortly and look at some working examples and use cases for that technology. Templates is the area where we create the HTML, or they could be simple plain emails. So there are a couple of editors available. One is a simple drag and drop editor, which makes it really easy to create powerful and impressive professional looking templates. No special skills, no special tools required. It's very intuitive and user friendly, using a simple drag and drop editor. There is also what's called a WYSIWYG, the acronym What You See Is What You Get editor, which effectively allows you to use HTML code. So if you've already designed your own email templates offline, or if you have web designers within your business and you want to create something that's really unique and specific, and then just upload that or paste that code into AMA, you can do that as well. So we'll take a look at the template editor. Landing pages allows you to capture form-based information and use that to update Act database records and empower Act marketing automation campaigns. So a landing page could be something as simple as a form on your website, an inquiry form, or it could be a questionnaire or a survey that you send out to your clients by email or through alternative means, social media for example, and use that to grow your database. So the structure of your landing page is very easy to configure, so you can ask whatever questions you want on that page, that form, and use those to either create new Act records or update existing Act records by mapping the fields in your form to fields within the contact database. Web activity is a forensic analysis tool that once recipients have interacted with your emails, so if you've sent an email campaign out and people have clicked a link within that email, a cookie is downloaded onto their PC which tracks their web visits through your website. So you generate a little bit of HTML code, include that in the pages on your website, and subsequent to interacting with a marketing campaign, the system will track those visits. So you can see what happens beyond the click. So you can see within the reporting on drip marketing campaigns whether somebody opened an email and clicked a link, but what happened after they clicked? What pages on your website did they look at? How much time did they spend looking at those pages, etc. So web activity creates a report-based view of that interaction, but it can also be used to generate scores, to automatically score Act contact records depending on how they interact with your website. Assets assumes that you may invite recipients to consume content that you broadcast. So content could include PDF documents, it could include YouTube videos or web pages. And again, it's a means of assessing and measuring how engaged recipients are with that content. So for example, if it's a PDF, we know if it's accessed by a link in an email that somebody's clicked to open a PDF, but we don't know how much of that content they've consumed. Assets will give you that information. So for example, if you have a 5-page PDF, it can tell you whether they got to page 2 and then close the PDF, or whether they read all the way through. Similarly with a YouTube video, did they click to start the video and then leave it immediately, or did they watch the video for the entire duration? Assets also allows you to implement automated forms as recipients consume the content. So an example is, let's say you draw the attention of a target contact to a YouTube video that's 3 minutes long. Maybe you let them watch 30 seconds of the video, then a form can pop to screen just to ask them for a little bit more information. It could be very basic, like an email address, or more comprehensive contact data, and the visitor has to then populate that form in order to be allowed to continue consuming that content that you've sent them. So it just gives you a great way to really drive interaction and engagement with recipients. So the whole thing becomes very interactive and multidimensional. So those are the core feature areas. The 2 buttons down the bottom allow you to configure some basic settings within the account, and we'll come on to look at those separately as well.